Hello everyone, this is False Wake Up Falls, and welcome back to the channel for another reading. Today we're going to be talking about Blackpink's Jennie and Blackpink's Lisa, their friendship, their relationship. I'm going to just go ahead and throw this disclaimer right in before we even hit the 1 minute mark that, to be honest, if you love this friendship, maybe don't listen to this reading. But if you're okay with it, there being a bit of a dose of reality sprinkled in, keep watching. I'm just gonna say that not that none of you or you watching this can't handle it, but this is just the reality of what came out. So I'm gonna read you all of the cards, tell you what each of the piles means and the overalls, and we'll just get into the vibes. All right, let's go. So starting off with how Jennie views Lisa, her second pile, how Jennie views their relationship, and how Lisa views Jennie, how Lisa views the relationship, and a centerpiece which the public kind of sees and maybe have observed or is visible just out there in the overall energies on both sides. So starting off with how Jennie views Lisa is the Death, Ace of Swords, the Temperance. Second pile, how she views the relationship is Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups. How Lisa views Jennie is the Knight of Wands, reverse the Queen of Wands, the Sun. And how she views the relationship is Two of Wands, Ten of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the centerpiece is the Nine of Swords, Five of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the overall bottom, Ten of Wands, Two of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Lovers. So starting off with how Miss Jen loves or views Lisa. The reason I'm saying love is you'll see why. Goodness. How she views Lisa. She might have even developed a bit of a puppy crush on her. I don't even know if I would fully call it like I'm in love with you type of vibe. We don't know Miss Jennie's sexuality. We're not going to make assumptions about that. But there could have been a puppy crush there in the beginning. As for why specifically, it's because she was taken with Lisa like right away. Very much inspired, I want to be with you. I want to be like... I want to be you. I want to be your friend. I'm inspired by you. Like, I admire you. Like, you look so cool. I vibe with you. I want to be your friend. Let's see what the vibes are, right? That's what it's giving. But one thing I'm going to say as of the time of reading is that her perception of Lisa could be changing. It could be being pulled more towards the ground, so to say. Because it seems like, I don't know if I would go as far to say that she put Lisa on a pedestal, but that's kind of a little bit of what it's giving, because she seemed to at least like what Lisa was portraying herself as, rather than fully the depth of Lisa as a person. Thus, we'll kind of get into the fact that it feels like Jennie doesn't really fully know Lisa for who she is as a person. They've known each other for years, but this just might be part of Lisa's character, not to be super open unless she's close with people. Like I said, we'll get into why. Moving into how Jennie views the relationship is, I already read the cards. This is something like she was taken with Lisa right away, immediately. Like I said, she thinks Lisa's so cool, benevolent, sweet, kind, emotional, like, the perfect, almost like big sister type, but not quite, you know what I mean? In energy, she very much is like, wow, like, I hope to be that way someday kind of vibes. I want to be warm, caring, and take care of people and hear them out and be like the sunshine type of vibe. She very much views the relationship as like, wow, you're super cool. You're super cool. There's nothing bad she could ever say about Lisa. Here's where the problems get started, is when we move over to Lisa's side. How Lisa views Jennie is honestly, she's not giving that she sees Lisa as Lisa does not see Jennie as a friend. She doesn't really see her that way. She sees her for who she is, and she admires that. Oh, she's cool, cute, pretty, sweet, nice, funny, bubbly, but like that, there's no indication of like, oh, that's my bitch. That's someone I ride for. It's just kind of like, this is my coworker and we're cool. We're friendly, but we are not friends. So it's not necessarily best friends. I'm not even going to over-explain this too much. We're just going to move into how she views the relationship, and you will understand why I'm just like, eek. You know what I mean? Try not to chop my heads off, Blinks. It's up to y'all to tell me what you think, of course. Moving into the bottom of how she views the relationship is that she feels like it's a lot of work. She feels almost like she's obligated to take care of like Jennie, and she feels like Jennie's a mess. And it's almost like her favorite dare I even say toxic thing to do, to see Jennie fail, for her to go sweeping and be like, oh, you poor thing, you know, let me take care of you, oh, you're such a mess. That's what it's giving, is that she does feel like like Jennie's a handful. It's a situation that she doesn't even particularly enjoy or care for, but she seems to keep kind of playing and toying around with the idea just as it is, which I don't quite like. It's a bit toxic. It's a bit toxic. It's giving that Lisa was like, oh, you know, let me, you know, take care of this person, but she's not doing it because she cares about her like that, if that makes any sense. So moving into kind of what the public sees and what goes on the outside is that they do argue and bicker. They get into it sometimes. It seems like Jennie, even though, like, you know, Lisa might make her feel bad sometimes, or, you know, upset her, she kind of just chooses not to leave because she's like, oh, you know, she's this kind, sweet, benevolent person. Like, you know, why would I let her, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of me not, I don't know. It's very, like, discombobulating almost feeling in Jennie's energy, is that she just won't really, like, leave. Also, on top of the fact that they work with each other, at least some of the time from what we see, why would she go make it awkward? Just thinking about it common sense wise. But also, it's just very much like there's something there that's a bit childish and antiquated. I'm sure sometimes they do play around and they have fun, but there's a lot of, like, layered things that are hidden under that are just not touched at. So let's say, for example, maybe Jennie and Lisa had a huge fight, but instead of it being resolved and talked out, and maybe like Lisa, whoever caused the problem, apologizing, they kind of were just like, you good, I'm good, when neither of them really were okay with it. They just kind of could have internalized it or dealt with it however they chose to and moved on. And, you know, people will be like, yo, you know, like, oh, you guys are good now, like, you know, what about that fight? And they'll be like, we just don't talk about that. So into the overall energy is that at least to one of them, the relationship feels burdensome. Will they stop being friends? It seems like unlikely. It seems unlikely because Lisa very much enjoys kind of being able to sit around and keep cleaning up Jennie like she's a mess and keep treating her almost like in a way that she's less than. Whether she takes that almost as a quiet ego boost or not, she's just going to keep doing it. And at least as of the time of reading, Jennie is either like starting to shift her view of Lisa, or is just going to keep taking it up until the foreseeable future, which is not a lovely thing. Also, addressing that thing with the puppy crush thing, it just is giving me that she could have, you know, admired her so much that it could have felt like a crush, but it didn't go anywhere. If that makes any sense. Thus, like I said, we're not going to make any hard assumptions about anyone's, like, sexuality. JenLisa's shippers, blinks, do with that what you will. Feel free to send me any other requests about friendships you might have about in Blackpink, other groups in YG, other idols, period. Shoot them over on the blog, drop a like on this video, or tell me what you think in the comments. Other than that, yeah, that's what I leave you with. So, if you can't get down with it, get down. Don't get down with friends. I know.